today's quick card is a card made just like this, or is this card made? We've got these beautiful sort of daisy type carnations on there and the beautiful embossing. And this has been made using the JND484 Daisy Trail layer set, which is an embossing folder and 2 matching stencils, which give us this beautiful background here, which has been used on here. Then the JND378 carnation and JND387 shadow leaves. The framing on this has been made using one of the Christmas frame it dies and the bubbles frame it die, but you can replicate this juice using plain squares and plain circles if you want to. Very simple and quick to make. Start by showing you the background. So I'm here using the JND484 Daisy Trail layer set. And this has an embossing folder, which is a 3D embossing folder, and 2 stencils attached. As you can see, these are heavily used. We have the one that does the leaves and the one that does the flowers. So you'd simply emboss a piece of card. I've embossed a piece of white card at 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. Place it down onto your mat. Take the matching stencil with the flowers and ink through that to give the flowers. Then take the matching stencil with the leaves, drop that on and do that and colour that in a separate green colour. And you'll get a piece just like this. So really nice and simple. You get the beautiful flowers in yellow with the centres in green and the leaves in green. So to make up the card, I simply take a set of frames. Here I've used the Christmas frame and the bubble frame. And just pop that on, or again you can just cut these with dies, with squares, into circles using the press cut nesting dies. So we put that together and pop it onto a 7 by 7 card blank, and I've added a mat here of white and a mat of green, giving me a beautiful, nice little simple card. So what I want to do now are some flowers for this. I'm going to show you how to make the flowers for this one. So I'm going to use for this one the JND378 carnation die, and this die has all of the pattern actually engraved onto the plate, which means that we can get an absolutely beautiful flower from this just by inking it. So all you need to do is to take your die. Again, I pop it down on my mat as it makes it very easy to ink. And taking Sunlight Fusion ink, this is one of the pearls, but you could use one of the gold ones, in any colour you want. I'm just rubbing it over, like I'm sort of glazing the actual die. Once that's completed, I've got a piece of card here that's cut to 5 3/4 by 4 1/8. And I simply tape that down to the card and we run it through our die cutting machine. I'm using the Kaleido, as this is my favourite manual machine. And you just have to run it through. Because there's a lot of detail, I would run this forward and backwards as well to make sure you get a decent cut. When we take this off, you can see here we get all of the flowers, and you get all of those little lines just coloured in beautifully. And it's a very delicate way to do it rather than using a bright yellow colour. So we'll pop those out. I'm just going to shape one because I've got these already shaped. So I'll take one of the largest flowers and I'm just going to use my flower moulding foam and the 2 largest flowers, and I just want to cup these. So I'm going to take the ball tool and just run it up each of those petals. Nice and simply, just like that. Push it down slightly in the middle so that we get that cup shape. And using glue glaze, I'm going to pop one on top of the other and rotate it round so we get a nice full sort of mini carnation. I'm then using some of the Craft Artist Faceted Sparkle Gems. These are in apple, and these match that sort of green colour that we've used in the ink. We pop that into the centre to give us our flower. And cutting the plate will give you all of these flowers. So you will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 flowers from the one plate running through, which is great sort of cost-effective way to make a lot of flowers for a card or a project. So we'll bring back in our card that we've made, And I've cut some leaves here, and I've used the smaller leaves from the shadow leaves die. So I've just cut the smaller dies from the JND484 shadow leaves. So that's these ones and the little individuals. I've ignored the larger ones on this one as I just want a small piece. So we'll take our leaves, and we have a left and a right in the spray, and then we have 2 sets of large pair of leaves and 2 of the smaller pairs of leaves. And again, I'm just going to attach this all together with glue glaze, and I want to concentrate on one corner to keep it all together. So I'm just going to take the leaves and add a little bit of glue glaze on. This is perfect for sticking your foliage and things down. I'm going to come out a little way so that the leaves show. So we're creating a little, almost like a triangle. And again, glue on the back. So we're creating a kind of triangle here to pop our leaves on. I'm just going to take one set of the larger pair of leaves and pop them right there. Or I will do if they stick down. There we go. Just pop those right there. That's it. And then I'm going to start with my larger flower in the centre and build them around, working out in size. So we have lots of different sizes of these, just tucking them together, getting them into the centre like that. And I'm just going to pop some of the smaller ones around, keeping to this sort of triangle shape. And we'll go just up there. And then you take your individual leaves and we tuck those in. Nice and simply to keep that same sort of idea going of the flowers growing from the leaves. And anywhere you see a gap, just add a little set of leaves in. And then all you need to do is to add a sentiment to this, probably in the centre or off to one side. And then you've got a relatively quick card made. Beautiful sort of spring, summer-like colours in this green and yellow.